If you want to raise a lot of money for babies, you'll need to start with children. Find out what it's all about coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Holiday Inn West on the Waterway, next door to the newly opened Hard Rock Park. We're focused on this Saturday's March for Babies to be held at Coastal Carolina University. And we're visiting with two of the team captains, Wendy McGuirt of PD Elementary School and Karen Howard Goss at Lakewood Elementary, but of course associated with the Horry County School Systems. Thank you all so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
How exciting.
Yeah, good
It's
morning.
so close. Are y'all getting nervous at all?
Just really excited.
Yeah,
Really excited.
Yeah, 50 hours from registration, 51 hours from when the walk kicks off, and of course the Horry County Walk this year, having merged the Loris Walk with the Horry County Walk, a very aggressive goal of $365,000. How are y'all feeling about that? Is that at all scary, a little anxious about big numbers like that?
I think it's a really big goal, but I think that our community will do it. It's such a great cause, great cause.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of schools, not just PD Elementary, not just Lakewood Elementary, a lot of schools wrapping around, a lot of other volunteers totally unrelated to the school system.
Yes.
Are you feeling it out at PD Elementary, Wendy? Getting excited? Now, y'all had a tremendous year last year as well.
Yeah, we're really excited about Saturday. I'm expecting a big turnout from our faculty at Coastal.
Yes, yes. And you think a lot of students will be out?
I think we will have some. I think we have a lot of parents who are getting into it now that we've done it for several years in a row.
Yeah.
And I think they will come out and allow their own children to participate in the punt pass contest following the walk.
Absolutely. Coach Bennett will be with us tomorrow, the honorary chairman of the walk with Matt Hogue. He and his wife, part of the ambassador family with their daughter Caroline and other daughter. Of course, a lot of excitement has to happen leading up to the walk, and the excitement has been gaining. Crystal Hummer just yesterday highlighting so many of the tremendous volunteers like y'all really making it happen. How long have you been at PD Elementary, Wendy?
This is my 4th year at PD.
Is that right? Okay. And the school has been involved with the walk, or now the march, for many years.
They have. I know that we have done it for the past 4 years. I have served as the team captain, but prior to me coming, they were also involved with the March of Dimes.
Tremendous, yes. And Karen, Horry County Schools is really your home, but Lakewood Elementary is where you're based.
I'm the hearing specialist for Horry County School District, but I am very fortunate to have my office down at the southern end of the school district at Lakewood Elementary, which is on the border of Surfside and Myrtle Beach. It's a wonderful school.
A great location
very involved
there.
in the community. Great school. And I've been the team leader at Lakewood. This is my 4th year.
So y'all are neck and neck with a 4-year experience there. No wonder
right.
Crystal pulled your names out of the hat and said, here's 2 of them that'll get out there. Last year we filmed at Ripley's Aquarium, did a week leading up to Walk America, which it was formerly named, and Linda Puckett from Forest Brook Elementary was with us. And the team captains, the team leaders, really have a lot to do, not only interfacing with the students and the teachers, but also with parents, making sure parents wrap around. You're seeing a lot of momentum from parents as well, Karen.
Absolutely. Our parents at Lakewood are very involved in all the events that we do at Lakewood. It's just a very involved school, and they get just as involved with March of Dimes, which is great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did Lakewood have its own walk this year, or an own kind of a mini walk leading up to?
We didn't. We did a lot in the school. We did not do that, but we did the poster cards and sent them home with each and every student, and we had a really good response with getting them back. So we have the whole front office wallpapered with poster cards, and did lots more, but we did not do our own walk.
Oh yeah. How about y'all, Wendy? Did y'all put on a little mini walk, or is that? If I just heard that a couple of other places.
No, we did. We actually had a walk last Friday.
You did.
We had probably around 250 children to bring back the Walker envelopes, and they had collected anywhere from 1 cent to we had 2 students who are brother and sister. Actually, they raised over $2,000.
Oh, come on.
Each. So, and we had a couple of other students who raised the $150 goal to get the T-shirt. And some of our incentives, there will be a principal for the day and an assistant principal for the day, just to recognize their hard work.
That is tremendous. You had a brother and sister at PD Elementary that together raised
$4,270.
Some schools don't even have goals as large as $2,000. I mean, that's incredible.
The two of them together raised as much as the other kids combined. So our walk brought in a little over $8,000 last Friday.
Is that right? That's
right.
Tremendous. Golly, what do you do? I mean, the students really, they've got to have some understanding of what all is going on. We're talking about a pretty young ages. Elementary school, for viewers who aren't familiar with an elementary school, that's what ages?
Child development is age 4, and then 5th grade is about age 11.
Okay, so from
10
4
or
to
11.
11, how many of them do you sense really have an understanding of what they're raising the funds for?
I would say most of them really do. I
Right.
spend a lot of time visiting the classrooms when we first start our campaign and try to explain. And at each grade level, that explanation sounds a little different.
Right.
But, talk to them about what premature birth means, what birth defects are, ask them to go home and find out how much they weighed when they were born.
Right.
Just different things, just so they will understand it, because I want them to understand why we are doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. You have that same sense there and walking around the Lakewood or any of the other schools you visit.
Yeah, at Lakewood we bring in a lot of visuals. We have video morning announcements, and we bring in a little baby, and the March of Dimes provides us with whatever we need for visuals, but we have a little premature diaper, and we explain to the children that when babies are born this small, that not always, but often there's complications,
Right.
and that the parents of these babies, and the babies themselves need a lot of support and resources and information to help them get through what can be a really hard time.
Oh, wow.
So we do a lot of talking on the morning announcements about it and use visuals, and
Right.
children typically love babies. They love babies, and of course
yeah.
teachers love children and babies. So
Right.
it's just great what the schools do for the March of Dimes and what
And
March of Dimes does for us.
Oh yeah, I know we didn't bring any of the diapers or the shoes, but when you see those and the impact when a child's holding a diaper like that and thinking, how could a baby wear a diaper this small? When we think about our own ambassador families here, we think about Jabrell Chisholm, born 1 pound, 14 ounces. That really, I mean, when you think of a diaper that small is going to wrap around, or when we think about the size of a ring being something that could go all the way up to a shoulder for many premature babies. It's a
And
very
we show the children that a paperclip, a standard size paperclip, is often the size of a preemie baby in the 1 pound range their
Right.
foot, and that really that really helps children, I think, at that age put it into perspective, so you can talk to them on their level.
Yeah, another thing we showed was the drink can.
Right.
With just the can, and tried to explain that was the actual size, length, and that was the actual weight. And that really helped children to understand.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a
great.
powerful image, yes. A drink can, a 12-ounce drink can, that length and that weight is about what a baby weighs.
Sometimes.
That's incredible. That's incredible. As you think through, of course, there's a lot of powerful stories that you're getting across, a lot of it from hospitals or otherwise. As we lead up, there's a lot of things a lot of different types of fundraisers. We want to get into some of those, but some of the emotional impact that happens in both in the classroom for parents as well as for teachers. You've heard some powerful stories even from some of your own both friends as well as I know Wendy recently at a team captains meeting you shared with something you shared with the entire group a recent impactful story. For viewers who may need to get off now or get family off to school, I just wanted to make sure they had a chance to hear. You had a special story that you shared at the team.
One of our teachers at our school, her name is Amy Truitt, and I think she would be okay with me sharing her name.
Right.
She was expected to deliver April 11th, is that right? And you actually know her too, with a C-section. But 10 days prior, March 31st, she lost her baby. And she found out that the baby was 7.5 pounds and 20.5 inches long,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes.
And that's just been real touching for our whole entire staff, and it kind of put some meaning and some heart behind what we were doing right there in our own school.
Touched
Right.
home, and such a good family, good people, and just really needing the support, and I know they're getting it from her school, which is just wonderful.
Sure.
But just
Absolutely. You'd mentioned a young woman as well.
We have an occupational therapist here with the school district who also goes to different schools, mostly North Myrtle Beach and Carolina Forest.
Right.
And she was due July 4th but delivered her baby on March 26th, which is 14 and a half weeks early. She delivered a little boy, Jackson Tyler, and he was born at 2 pounds 1 ounce, but went all the way down to 1 pound 7 ounces. And I did speak with her last night, and the good news is he's back up over 2 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, which is great, but she's doing a lot. Obviously can't go back to work because she's driving back and forth to McLeod in Florence, nursing him and being with him for the day. And you know, they're really, again, just needing the support and the resources for her family. They're lovely people too, but his name is Jackson Tyler Prock.
That's tremendous.
And he's hanging in there and improving every day. But his parents, Kelsey and Rick, are doing a great job with getting him what he needs.
Absolutely. Whether it's administrators or teachers, clearly a lot of parents of children in the classroom have gone through, or even other loved ones, family members we know, have gone through delicate pregnancies or a very premature birth. So much has to happen. And obviously, is that what drives y'all to have stepped into the role? Is that what drove you, Wendy, to step in as the team captain 4 years ago there at PD Elementary?
I don't know if it was 4 years ago, but just recently, in the past few years, my brother and his wife experienced a loss with a premature baby, and then and then shortly following that, they had another child who was also born premature, and fortunately, he is healthy today.
Right.
But that does kind of put a little drive behind you when you have. It makes it a little more personal, touches your heart.
Right. Do you think that's been a real driver for you?
I know it has for me.
Yeah. Karen, you think that, or was it just
For me,
opportunity?
I have my heart is at Lakewood Elementary, and in any way I can help, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
And this was one thing that my principal actually asked me to take. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And now it's definitely not a sense of obligation. It's definitely a desire to do it because I've definitely become connected to it with my heart. And you know, I think anybody who works at the school or for the schools loves children, and you know, babies become children, and I do love children and babies, and I have 3 of my own healthy babies. And to me, this is just such a great cause because it's not about babies with birth defects or prematurity. It's about all babies being healthy.
Those are great words. All babies.
All
that's
babies.
exactly
Absolutely.
right. That's exactly right.
That's what the March of Dimes goal is. All babies healthy. And I'm lucky that I do have 3 healthy babies, and it's just great to be able to do something to help others.
Karen, I see you've got something in your hand there. Of course, all this. Oh wow, Wendy, I can't see that far over the table. We've got a couple of the specimen T-shirts there, which we're very excited about. Lakewood Elementary. Just hold those up a little high. Yeah, that's great. Lakewood Elementary and y'all's and PD Elementary. Look at that. I think I saw those the similar T-shirts, white T-shirts last year when it was Walk America with the white T-shirts. A lot of folks wearing them last year at the walk there at Coastal Carolina in its first year, and of course now the second year with the blue colors. They are gorgeous.
Our students love these.
Love them. They love them.
I think, Wendy, you had highlighted, or maybe you did, Karen, when we were at the event at Eastern Chicago Pizza, that of course you're so often asked, or people are asked on a regular basis to please give a little money for something, to be able to hand them something back. And if schools have been selling them for different amounts, from $6, $7, $8, is even up to 10 in some schools. And so whatever the dollars are, it's a tremendous way. Some schools, y'all got how many, Karen? Do you remember? 200, 300?
We got 200.
I mean, how many T-shirts? 200 T-shirts.
Yes.
Wendy, y'all got, I think, even more than that.
We got several
not to put you
hundred.
on the spot, but a lot to get out and sell. And, of course, a lot of dollars have been raised. What are some of the other ways y'all have raised funds? How about at Lakewood?
At Lakewood, like I said, we sent the poster cards home to each and every child, and we also have lots of them piled at the front office, right where the parents sign in, and they're just great parents and very involved, always putting a poster card up on the wall and paying $1 for that. And then we've also done blue jeans for babies, and I make the joke all the time, but if you tell a teacher that she can wear jeans on Friday and then you give her the T-shirt too, you're in. So we've done a lot of blue jeans and T-shirts on Friday, and the teachers pay $5 to do that, but I swear sometimes I think they pay $500.
Oh, yeah,
true.
yeah.
But we've done that every Friday since March kicked off. We start our rally in March. And we've raised a lot of money for blue jeans for babies.
Right.
But really, it's just mainly the poster cards and the blue jeans.
That is
and
wonderful.
just get people giving when they come in the front office and the little March of Dimes bucket we have.
I love it. Karen, of course, y'all had the walk last Friday. I know Bank Day is today, and a lot of the schools and a lot of the teams, both the corporate teams family teams, personal teams, the school teams will be turning in dollars at Wachovia, but a lot of folks are still doing events. Some people can't even attend the walk. Crystal talked about some folks who can't be here this Saturday but have been raising funds for the walk, and I think she highlighted folks can continue to turn dollars in until December 31st, so there'll be a lot of ways to keep it going. I think you mentioned, Wendy, you all may have an event even tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're doing snow cones.
Oh, great.
Snow cones for saving babies. We
Yeah.
kind of have a little slogan each time we do a little fundraiser, and we're going to have snow cones available for a $1 donation, and the students will get to choose whatever flavor they want.
Right. That is tremendous. Great thinking. Little things can add up. If I know when you highlight that the 2 children there potentially got as much as all the other children involved in the mini walk you had, what were some of the things that they did? Do you remember, or even any of the other kids did, anecdotally or directly, that you remember that really stand out on ways that folks could raise money? Today, if someone's hearing about the walk for the first time and wants to bring their funds, whatever they can raise in the next 48 hours, what are some good ideas for viewers they may take to the bank?
Well, I know those students, they called it, actually they were younger kids and they had some help of their parent and
Right.
And from an uncle, and he calls it dialing for dollars.
Oh, great,
Just
yeah.
calling up everybody you know, and he said, you know, I didn't ask for $5, I just said, can you give me $100? That's what he actually said. But I know they just called their friends and people that they knew, their family members, and just asked, you know, could you sponsor me? I tried to explain to them that's the language they could use. Could you sponsor me as I help babies?
Right.
And I know they did that. I know they did some things like putting jars in restaurants and
Right.
stores around our school, and just people
Sure.
could drop their quarters in. We had some people raise some money online. And if you haven't visited that,
MarchForBabies.org,
Yeah.
yes.
you can just go there and just give a
Simple.
donation. Very simple, very easy. Do your credit card right then. And we've had a lot of success with that.
Is that right? Great. It's all secure, so folks feel comfortable. Absolutely. And Crystal said she could walk folks through if they wanted to call the 488-3463, or if they weren't real comfortable going online, or folks could just mail donations into the Conway office, but to call the 488-3463 to get directions. You've seen that as well,
Yes,
Karen.
the electronic donating is so simple,
Yeah.
and you know, you can give anything you're comfortable doing.
Right.
But yes, it's very secure and confidential, and I think it's done really well for the whole March Dimes drive this time around. I don't
yeah.
remember or recall if it was available last year. I want to say this is the first year, and I'm not sure on that,
Right.
but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been very, very successful.
It has been. It has been available for years, but not something that folks have taken advantage of to the degree
As-
they have
right,
just
this
this
year.
year.
Okay, okay,
And
good.
folks can have, as Crystal highlighted, very small teams up to very large teams. We've seen some schools, of course, PD Elementary was highlighted for being the 5th top fundraising school in the state last year, which was tremendous. And another school area had been the #1 school in the state and 5th in America. So to think of the strength of Horry County schools and the excitement there to see some of the efforts, and particularly since you all have other events during the year. I think Jump Rope for Heart is something that's very popular, obviously fighting heart disease and stroke. Probably an event, I don't know if that hits your schools or not, but there's surely other events. How do you all determine that the March for Babies was an event? Is there something you all went through, Wendy, at PD Elementary, to determine the March for Babies was an event you all were going to wrap around?
I think we just realized that's an organization that kids can identify with. You know, babies. Everybody wants to help babies.
Right.
We also did Jump Rope for Heart, and our students did really well with that. But the March of Dimes we kind of do a little longer,
Right.
and we do a little more with it. And
Sure.
you know, I just try to do as many things as I can. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Karen?
Same
You
thing.
right.
I think any charity has great. I mean, their heart
Sure.
is anything, but I think with children, I was going to say the same thing. They just associate so well because you know they weren't babies that long ago, and
Right.
babies are sweet and lovable and cute, and kids they get it. And I think that's why we have continually, year after year, been a part of the March of Dimes at Lakewood.
The kids really get it. I mean, you can
I
see, you
really-
can feel that highlighting those ages 4 to 11. I think through
think
my
they
own
do,
daughter
yeah.
is almost 6, and I think she gets a lot. Surely she has that love of babies, but some of the issues there, it may be the older students that really begin to recognize the impact, whether it's the diaper or the shoe or the can, the 12-ounce can.
And it's always about talking to them on their level, and obviously
Yeah.
every level is different, and just knowing how to do that. And You know, I think we do, and I'm sure she does too, a great job talking to them at their different levels. And they do. They get it. They get it. So.
Have either of the ambassador families visited either PD Elementary or Lakewood Elementary, whether the Hogues, Matt Hogue will be with us tomorrow, or the Chisholms, Jabrell and his mother, you remember, and father came.
They have not visited Lakewood, but I feel very certain that they would if we. I haven't asked either, but I feel real certain that they would do that. I know their hearts behind the cause too.
Oh yeah,
but you know, we've been busy doing the getting ready for all the end of the year testing and et cetera. So we're definitely doing the drive, but at the same time concentrating on academics too. But they have not visited, but I know they would if we asked.
Is that it?
They haven't been to my school, but what we try to do is find, and they had in the past, we have invited some of the ambassador families to come and walk with us. This year we did not, but I found several other students who were our own students who were premature or who had premature sisters or brothers, and I had them stand up and show pictures and talk about their experiences.
That's a great idea, Wendy. That is, what a great idea, a way to really, not to take anything away from the ambassador families and all the efforts they do to represent the entire county and the region on behalf, whether it's a premature birth like Jabrell or just a child born with a real issue, in that instance, a transplant that had to take place for Caroline Hogue. But to go through that, but that idea of asking the students to go home and ask their parent, how much should I weigh at birth? It's a great way to figure out if they were premature or not potentially, or if there were other complications, to really enable that child to address the crowd. That is wonderful.
Thank you.
That is really wonderful. You know, we think through, of course, those dollars. Some schools are very comfortable. I know you said you all had hit your goal. Are you comfortable sharing where you stand, bank day being today and the dollars being turned in? I know you said another event, snow cones, tomorrow. You're feeling pretty good. What kind of goal did you all have, Wendy?
Well, last year we raised a little over $16,000.
Wow.
So this year we decided we had to, up our goal. I'm always about being better. And so our goal was $18,000, and we are almost there.
Wow.
Almost
Congratulations.
there.
That is tremendous. Yes. So there is some level of rivalry within the schools, which is exciting. Or
friendly competition.
Yeah, sure. Some schools are
Sure.
markedly bigger than others, or no? Are most of the elementary schools about the same size?
They're all, and obviously not all, but most of them are about the same size. But there's, there's a little bit of discrepancy there.
Sure,
but I know our enrollment's just under 800.
We have about 750.
Yeah.
Right. So some of the schools, you can have apples to apples comparisons and really getting fired up about the fundraising. I mean, with some friendly competition taking
Friendly
place.
competition.
It's friendly competition among the adults.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
The kids can get serious.
Principal to principal,
Yeah, to have a brother and sister to really go out there and.
I was going to ask, do the brother and sister get to be the principal, or is that not determined?
That's right, the principal for a day. Do you all do that as well, Wendy?
We do that. What we do is we tell the 4 students who raise the top amounts. The top 2, because we like to include as many as we can, the top 2 are principal for the day, and then the 3rd and 4th are assistant principal for the day. So actually the brother-sister pair will be principal for the day on different days, and then we have 2 other students that one raised about $270 some, and the other one raised $350. They will be assistant principal for the day.
Great.
Absolutely.
Look out that day, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they really get into that.
Oh, I bet they do. I bet they do. The day of the event, obviously this Saturday, for a lot of folks who've never attended a walk or now a march, what are they going to see when they get out there? So there's some other events going on. You mentioned the punt, pass, and kick. Coach Ben will be with us tomorrow to talk a little bit about that. Crystal highlighted yesterday some of the tremendous events going on, a lot of food. Is there anything that really stands out in your mind? Is it just seeing the thousands of children, parents, and volunteers out there together?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think for me, last year, it was an absolutely beautiful day, which I'm thinking Saturday will be as well.
Yes.
But it was just having everybody come together for the same purpose. Lots of children, lots of babies in strollers, and everybody is just there for the same reason, and everybody's just happy and kind and happy to be there. And there's lots of food right before you go into the stadium, and everybody goes in the bleachers and they kind of kick off the event, and then we do the walk and meet back, and then that's when the kids can participate in the punt, pass, and kick, which is a lot of fun for them.
Oh yeah, and lots of other events.
Great fun event.
Yeah. Anything that stands out in your mind, Wendy? Any interaction with the kids?
Well, it's just really nice that you've done all of this and you raise all this money, and then you go, and then you see so many different kinds of people. You see, all ages. You just see men, you see women, you see grandparents, you see children in strollers, and everybody's there with something on pretty much that identifies their organization, or family teams have things, and you feel like you're coming together for one common goal. It's just a good feeling. You kind of leave with this warm heart.
Yes.
I really can't explain it, but and there is usually a lot of food.
Right.
A lot of food that I remember.
There was a lot of food. It's just a fun.
It is.
I encourage anyone in the community to come out because it's just a lot of fun.
Whether they've
Great
raised
event.
funds or not, just
not.
to be there.
Absolutely,
Clearly.
and maybe if they have children of their own, to show them what it's about and
Right.
how it can help keep babies healthy.
And it is rain or shine, and folks should dress comfortably to get out and walk 3 miles, or just to get out and watch all the fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you all again. We've run out of time. I'm sorry 25 minutes have blown by, but keep up the great work, and thanks for all your volunteer hours. They're
Thank you.
tremendous.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Wendy McGuirt and Karen Howard Goss coming up next. Can you imagine a sweeter sound in the world than the cry of a healthy baby? The cry of a healthy baby. Not all parents can experience that. Not all parents can experience that cry of a healthy baby. They got to wait a while. Many waiting more than a year for that cry. A lot of folks are trying to make a difference. This Saturday's the day. Of course, PD Elementary in Lakewood and so many schools in Horry County and schools all over the country are making a difference. You can be a part of it. Registration's at 9. The March for Babies kicks off at 10 a.m. at Coastal Carolina University. Get out there. You'll be there with lots of friends and family, and you're making a difference every day. Get out there. Thank you all so much for making a difference, and thank you for getting the shirts out. That's a great